software company executives' racist comments. Every day, another story with these people. Every day, another story. Racist comments exposed. So what's going on here? I'll tell you. In the UK, Hester, chief executive, software company, the Phoenix Partnership, and a major funder of the United Kingdom's Conservative Party, was called out this week for racist comments he made about Dianne Abbott. She just happens to be the first Black woman ever elected to the UK's parliament. So fitting target, it appears. So let's get into what Frank had to say. Hester allegedly said about Abbott during a 2019 company meeting, quote, "It's like trying not to be racist, but you see Diane Abbott on the TV. And you're just like, you just want to hate all Black women because she's there. And I don't hate all Black women at all, but I think she should be shot," The Independent reported. Atlanta Black Star filling in the details here. So not just racist, but basically, I'd say calling for her execution. The execution of a public official. This man is darling, isn't he? Not.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
There's more. Abbott also responded to what Hester reportedly said about her, calling it, quote, frightening. It is. "I am a single woman and that makes me vulnerable anyway. But to hear someone talking like this is worrying," Abbott said, according to The Independent, which reported that Abbott reported Hester to police after his comments came to light. The fact that 2 members of parliament have been murdered in recent years makes talk like this all the more alarming. Now, the news agency said that according to a statement from Hester's company, he called Abbott on Monday to apologize for the hurt he has caused her. Statement continues. Hester accepts that he was rude about Diane Abbott in a private meeting several years ago. I should not have eaten lunch. I should not have eaten lunch before reporting this story because I hate to tell you, but it's about to come up. It's about to come up. I know you hear it too. I'll go through the rest of it. It's this guy. Private statement. Okay. Private meeting several years ago, but his criticism had nothing to do with her gender nor color of skin. Huh? He wishes to make it clear that he regards racism as a poison which has no place in public life. Get him to hospital. Is that what they call it in the UK? Just hospital? Immediately, because he's full of poison and they've got to try to, radiation something to get rid of it in his body. The statement's garbage, okay? He literally said it makes him want to hate all Black women. And now, I don't even know if I'd take the call. You're blocked. You're just blocked, okay? What if I miss another call because I'm on with you and your nonsense? The news agency said Britain's prime minister. Okay, let's go to him, put him up, because there's got to be a strong statement against this, right? You'd think, right? Well, let's give you something here. Britain's prime minister, Richey Sunak, denounced the comments this week as, quote, wrong, quote, racist, but added that Hester had, quote, rightly apologized for them and that remorse should be accepted, according to The Guardian. So you want to basically put a hit out on me, and then you want to tell me when we should squash this. So it's as nutty across the pond as it is here on US soil. This is nutty. It is. Okay. Rightly apologized. Okay. Political opposition parties who have condemned Hester's remarks have called for the Conservative Party to return the $10 million pound he donated to the party last year, according to the AP. Prime Minister said the Conservative Party won't be returning the funds from Hester, the outlet reported. That's the most honest thing in this whole thing. They're not giving back the 10 million pounds. Not going to happen. Okay? Yasmin, I do want to know if you would take the call. Okay? I want to know that. But frankly, piss poor non-apology and rewriting of history, these people are mad. And by the way, I can declare it. He does hate Black women.
Yeah.
And probably all Black people.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I just plugged my podcast episode and I'm talking about Ireland. And of course, they have been long oppressed by the British. And I hope that's not too inflammatory to say, but it's interesting because the British have, kind of targeted a lot of different people in their history. And that is putting it very, very mildly. So I'm not surprised to see this, elite white British person not really feel that he needs to take accountability for the things that he said and the things that he's wished on other people. And I think very little of racist people. It just feels very simple-minded to me to be racist. I don't care how educated you are, how successful, how high society, whatever. I just don't think that you can be both racist and intelligent at the same time. And, this is so scary. Like you're saying you want this woman to be shot. It's especially scary considering that this is a woman who is groundbreaking. She is a groundbreaking member of government. She's a first elected Black woman in British Parliament, which is crazy that it's only happening now. But on top of that, this is a conversation that I have with my fiance somewhat periodically, actually. He's white and I'm a minority, right? And there's a thing that whether or not it should be this way, there's almost an obligation. If you're a minority engaging with a majority population, in this case, white people, you do kind of function as a representative of everyone else who looks like you. Because if somebody has a negative experience with you, they're going to extend that negative experience to everyone else who looks like you. And again, it shouldn't be that way. And I'm not saying everybody does it, at least not consciously, but there is an added pressure on people to be better than than some other people would have to be in certain roles. Like, that we see Black women in positions of power all the time, and they have to go so far above and beyond, way above anything that is expected of them, just to be seen at the same level as, the quote unquote mediocre white man. So this is an ongoing thing that we're seeing, but this is especially scary because he's saying that this woman should be shot. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't take the call.
Nah, there's no need. Why are you going to take a call from this guy? Okay. This is among the reasons why I love you so dearly. You have articulated beautifully, okay, everything that I agree with. I would add that while we are unfortunately placed in a position, people of color, of being the representative of everyone and everyone's experience, we tend to, anecdotally, but I think it's true, bend over backwards, not to do that to a white majority, okay? We are kings and queens of distinction, okay? And parsing, while we are never truly, mostly, afforded the same. You are right that a minor infraction, a hiccup, a trip on the sidewalk often by a person of color in the spotlight is viewed as a ding on the record of the masses. It really is. Look at Fonnie Willis in Georgia, where I am. Before you can even comment on what's the judge going to do, we may find out today, disqualify her, something about a relationship, not really proven, nothing about the financial benefit really came to fruition. I'm hearing pundits, ones we respect, say things like, what a ding on her record, what a travesty for the office, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if it is or isn't, but I just know it feels and seems, and I believe it's unfair. When you take the British Prime Minister, I work hard to pronounce names correctly, and this is a flaw of mine, if I like the person. I don't know if I like him yet, so I'll do better, but you probably know it, the pronunciation, better than I do. I find his statement a smack to the face after an already insulting hit job, literally a hit job, where he says, He rightly apologized, and I'm not good at the British accent either. So let bygones be bygones. Okay, what? You haven't even done that with Harry and Meghan. And all they did was say, not so much into the family thing anymore. Bye. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, Rishi Sunak is the prime minister of England right now, and he's not my favorite person at all. He is a rare breed, especially. Look, I don't want to get too into this, but it is interesting because he's Indian, and India was formerly colonized by the British, and I know that that's ancient history. It's not that ancient; it's history, but it is interesting to see. It's almost like I'm trying not to misspeak or say something
Grateful to be there.
out of pocket, but yeah, he comes across as a bit of a pick me. I think that's the nicest way I can say what I think of Rishi Sunak. So
yeah, happy to be there. Don't want to make waves. Want to make room for others.
Kowtowing a little too much, and again, that's putting it mildly. Yeah,
you gotta eradicate this thing called hate, bigotry, racism. Either that's what you're about or you're against it. And that has not reached across the pond yet. And I need it to, okay? I don't want your warm pints and I don't want your racism. You gotta stop. Put the keg on ice. And oh yeah, the racism as well.